Hello class, this is ITI 670 discussion board week 4. We watched a video on adverse childhood experiences. Nadine Burke-Harris TED Talk was super informative here. The first ask of the prompt is just discussing 3 things that you learned from this video. Number 1, basically how if your ACE score is higher, the higher your ACE score, it has a way more negative effect on your entire brain chemistry. So some of the kids that we see across our campuses are definitely struggling from, child abuse and severe things that happen outside the classroom. And the other things that were super interesting were, just the data on, hepatitis and all the other sicknesses, depression, suicidality, just those numbers. I was completely unaware, and I really didn't, I don't have any background on this. So that was super intriguing to me, especially somebody that's aspiring to be a physical education teacher. So how might these adverse childhood experiences negatively affect social emotional development? Just to relate this to what I'm doing now, I see a ton of kids, roaming outside of class, not really engaged in their learning process. And, the first thing that campus supervisors or even sometimes administration, they'll get on them and tell them to go to class. But I don't even really know if they know that it's not okay to be there because of how they may have been brought up. Some of the kids just don't have the resources. They don't have the information. They don't know right from wrong. So, it's our job as educators to be an extension of their parents or just a positive role model in general. And that's what I'm learning throughout this program, and since I've been introduced to more and more educational topics, that this job is more of socially connecting, being able to have people skills and being able to relate to the kids that we're around, instead of, the academics are totally important too, but it's not just how can I just get this student to the next level academically, but how do I develop them professionally and socially and character-wise to help them along in life? That's more of it in my eyes. So how could the research presented in this video provide further support for the importance of targeting SEL in schools? So all the data that I mentioned earlier, just about, you're more at risk for pulmonary disease, hepatitis, depression, more so the mental health stuff. As teachers, I feel like there can be a better system between school psychologists and teachers. Maybe if teachers can meet one-on-one somehow with everybody in the class, number one, to get to know them, but to try to find out more about, the things that trigger them, or how we can help them de-escalate situations, whether it's with another student involved, or just how to, help them with a hardship that's going on in their life, and then, pass that along to the school psychologist. I think, there can be better systems for that. And I think the last thing that I'll note here is, and I haven't dealt with this specifically, but I can guarantee that, some of the kids that we see on campus, hey, like star athlete, they might be struggling more than all of them. So like the All-American boy that you see on campus that's a good athlete and has good grades, that doesn't mean that they're not going through it at home, and could belong in some of these categories that we're talking about. But love the TED Talk. informative from Mrs. Harris. I'll definitely check back in on this stuff as I continue my career in education. So thank you guys for everything. This class has been awesome. I think we can all agree on that. And like I said, I always like hearing your guys' feedback. So shoot me a comment. Let me know how I can do better. Let me know what I did well. I really appreciate it.